Hello and welcome to Critically Clueless. Today we are doing a video on Empire of Sin. Yesterday it just got dropped and launched. That patch 1.05 is now in beta testing for PC. It is public, guys. It's live. It's finally here. So I figured I'd go over the patch notes, and tell you basically what I think's rather interesting within this patch. So let's get stuck into it. Now, firstly, I think the biggest thing or the biggest overhaul within these patch notes is actually the new weapon proficiency system. That's what it's written as, within the patch notes. It does look really interesting, guys. I think it's going to add a little bit more to the gameplay, which I'm quite excited about. Anything that adds to the experience of this game, I am all for. There's also a huge amount of mission fixes, which is great because, I get loads of comments all the time asking me about this mission or that mission, why it's broken, you got stuck on it for whatever reason. But there is a absolute gigantic amount of mission fixes within this. So hopefully it means that we're actually going to be able to load up the game, play as intended, and do all those little missions that we want to do, because we all know that the boss missions, for instance, or the little gangster missions, they've got a high reward ceiling. So, we really do want to get into that. So I'm glad that's been fixed. The other thing is the black market has got buffed slightly. It stops, the lower end stuff actually spawning within the black market. So hopefully we're going to be able to actually use it a little bit more. Get some decent weapons, some decent armor, rather than just relying on, oh, let's just go buy some meds, as if we need any more of them in the game right now. But again, I think that's a nice little feature as well. There has been a slight change to the auto resolve feature. So sometimes, for instance, if we was going to lose the auto resolve feature, we'd end up losing all of our gangsters. Well, they've just added the gangsters to have an ability to actually escape combat. So it means that maybe certain gangsters won't die or won't take damage in that. So I think that's a nice little change too. I think one of the funniest lines within all of these patch notes is that the AI has been asked not to throw grenades through walls. I cannot tell you how annoying this has been in the past. Anyone that's watched my playthroughs, and I've made a few of them now, will know that it's kind of played almost every single playthrough where the AI have the ability to hit you with a grenade, even though you yourself, it would be impossible for you to make that throw. So they've been asked very politely not to do it anymore, apparently, according to these notes. So I'm quite excited about that. I think that's something that's needed fixing for a while. So I'm glad it's been done. Boss abilities have been reworked. So the boss ability now costs 1 AP to use, 1 AP to use. And if you do use the ability, it ends your go. I think this rework is quite good. I think it's been reworked a little bit more than that as well. And Salts has been buffed. Now, he has long since had probably the worst ability in the game. So that's been buffed. That's been reworked how it works. So I'm looking forward to trying Salts out, see if he's a little bit more viable. I think, honestly, he is the worst gangster in the game, or the worst boss in the game. He has no unique weapon, or at least he has no weapon that anyone else doesn't have. There's another boss in the game that actually has his unique weapon. So for me, he's just the worst boss. So I'm glad to see that he's getting a little buff and a little bit of love. Pistols have kind of gone back to how they were. Now, there's still the 2-shot ability that was added in the last patch. However, if you now choose to fire a single shot, that no longer ends your turn. You can't switch to your primary weapon if you do use the first pistol on the first shot, but you are now allowed to take that second shot and hit someone else. Much like we used to be able to do. We used to weaken an enemy, right? And then finish them off with a rifle attack or something like that. So we can do that again now. It's just, if you do take that first shot, you can no longer switch to your primary weapon for that extra hit that we probably used to do back when this game originally launched. I think one of the interesting features within these patch notes that I read, now there's a lot of patch notes, guys, a lot of patch notes. I'm not going to go through them all. Again, I will always put the link for these down below in the description. So if you want to check them out for yourself, go into the description, click that link, or you could always follow Romero Games or Empire of Sin on Twitter. Join their Discord as well. That's another good thing to do. You can get all the information as soon as it hits that way. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Sorry about that, guys. But one of the interesting things about these patch notes, I thought, was the fact that the minimum notoriety has been taken off top tier gangsters. So now, if you want to hire one of the top tier gangsters, say R or the Cleaner, or well, there's quite a few good ones up there. But if you've got the money to hire them, you can now hire them regardless of where you are in the game. Now, of course, if you was, for instance, a boss and you done your boss missions, you can get a lot of money very early in the game, which means you could be running with one of the top tier gangsters very, very early in the game. All your choice, so your favorite gangster can be with you from now on. I love this little thing. I think that's really cool. I think it opens up the play. It's kind of like, you know, your game, your gangsters, your hire. You know, I think that's a good thing. And of course, we have got tougher guards again. So they're trying to ramp up that difficulty. I hope that is the case. I really do. I look forward to this, you know, coming out live out of beta, and me doing my playthrough on it and seeing if this game is actually, you know, a bit of a challenge on its own now. Maybe I won't need a Nuzlocke set of rules. Maybe this game is a good challenge now. I look forward to really trying it out, because some of these things in the patch notes, they look really, really good. They look really interesting. Like I said, there are a huge ton of patch notes to go through. You know, it's not just, you know, a little bit fixed here, a little bit fixed here. It looks like they're really trying to, you know, polish this game off. So I'm really glad to see in that. Hopefully, it all runs smoothly, and, you know, we can finally start looking at DLCs. I know that they've done a Q&A about a week or so ago, and, you know, everyone was asking about DLCs. I don't know about you, but I am looking forward to the first DLC in Empire of Sin. Anyway, if you managed to have a read through these patch notes, guys, let me know down in the comments what you are most looking forward to, you know, when this actually goes live. Obviously, this is available on PC now. In, you know, in the beta testing, it's actually in the patch notes. If you want to go and beta test it yourself, if you're on Steam, you know, you can do that. If you're on Game Pass, I don't think you can on PC, but if you are on Steam, you can do that. So again, if you check it out, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of this patch. Let me know what you're most looking forward to playing, you know, once this patch goes live. And guys, I will see you in the next video real soon. I'm sure we will have more Empire of Sin on the channel. But if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. I think we currently have 95% of all viewers not subscribed right now, which is a huge number. So help me out and hit that button. But if you have made it to the end of the video right here, thank you very much for doing so. And if you have, make sure you comment down below red bananas, just to confuse everyone else, and they'll be like, what are they talking about? I think it would be funny, and maybe you will too. But I'll catch you in the next one.